joining us and sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we'll come back to you for our next news. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in the Maldives for a 2-day state visit, marking a major diplomatic reset between these two countries. Following a successful UK tour, Modi is set to be the chief guest at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations in Mali today. This is the first official visit hosted by President Muizzu since taking office in November 2023. Modi will hold bilateral talks with Muizzu, inaugurate India-assisted projects, and sign multiple MoUs focused on strategic cooperation, economic partnership, and maritime security. Now we go back to our guest discussion with retired Major General Gigi Dwivedi. Thank you, Major General, for staying with us. Now, can you tell us a little background of recent history and some bad blood between Maldives and India?
Well, Zuma, I think India and Maldives firstly share very historical cultural ties. And Maldives is a very important neighbor of India strategically, and also, if you say in the position in the Indian Ocean region, Maldives has a very important place in India's security calculus. And as you asked, the recent history, well, in 1988 there was a coup in Maldives where Indian army went in, and that was Operation Cactus, and I was in the army that time. And we did, save the government of the day. And over a period of time, our relations had been, I think, excellent. But what happened in 2023, the current President Muizzu, he used India Out campaign to, throw the current, that time, the president, out of the power. And that was possibly a political kind of a move that he needed to use the plank to come into power. And that actually spoiled our relations. Our relations really bottomed out, and there was distinct leaning towards China. And even our military personnel who were looking after the aviation helicopter assets were also asked to leave. But then this mending of relations took place in October last year when President Muizzu came to India, and that was the reset of the relations. And what we are seeing now, Prime Minister Modi being there on the 60th independent anniversary of Maldives, I think there's definitely a reset, and the relationships are on track. And India is assured Maldives obvious economic help. In fact, a $50 million loan was also extended. We have we are part of its development, and I think the relations are back on track. And this small phase or short phase of turmoil in our relation actually now in the background. And what we see with Prime Minister Modi's visit now, the relations will be back on track. And I see that. And also one last point that there's a Colombo conclave in which Maldives is one of the 5 countries along with Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Mauritius. So this is also a very important part of the strategic partnership. And I see that this visit will definitely go a long way in cementing the relations which had taken a downturn, but they are on track.
Thank you very much for joining us today and sharing your insight. And that was retired Major General Gigi Dwivedi with us. Now we move on to our next news.